So we're gonna start with 2 cups of cream, heavy cream. A bowl that I've chilled to make it whip quicker. But it's better to have it chilled. And I'm going to whip this to a soft peak. If you whip it to a hard peak, it's when you incorporate it with the guava puree, it'll break because it's over whipped. So this way, we're just going to make it a soft peak. So I've let it whip a minute, and I'm just going to add half of the sugar. It's starting to form. You can see as you whip it, there's some form, but we're getting close. Changed considerably. It's got peaks on it. Soft peak. So I'll put this back in the refrigerator. So the next step is 2 cups of guava puree. This is the best. Where's your box door?
It's in the back closet.
Really?
Yep.
These are cute.
So again, I'm going to use 2 cups. And you can see it's thick.
What they have like mango and other like.
They have mango, guava, lilikoi is they have a real good lilikoi. So for this step, I'm going to put half of it into a saucepan, but I'm going to put less. And this I'm just going to let set. Yeah, almost half, but
This is the half quick guava. Okay.
I'm going to heat this up, but not now. I've got to do another step, and that's knock gelatin in water. The problem is that you have to do it this way, in this sequence, not the dry into the water. So I'm going to put a 4th cup of water. 4th cup of water. Now I'll add 4 tablespoons of gelatin. And you're going to do it lightly, so it floats on the top and dissolves. See it starting, it sets up, but it has to dissolve. So that was 1 tablespoon. It's set up really hard, so let me add a little more water. Then we're talking about half a cup of water now.
Mm-hmm.
So I've added 2 tablespoons. I'm going to stop it here. They have a product called gelatin leaves that comes in sheets, and you just want to make sure it's all dissolved. It's set up real firm. So the gelatin leaves is much easier. It comes in a sheet like this long, and you just add it into the water, and it dissolves. It just melts, and you can pick it up. This is the old-fashioned way. So next step is we're going to heat up the half of guava, and I'm going to get this hot. Once I get it hot, I'm going to add the gelatin to that and cook it so it's dissolved. So once this gets hot, I'm going to add the sugar and the gelatin. And we're going to cook it till it's dissolved completely. If it's not dissolved, and you add your other half of your guava to that, it's going to have lumps. Then the whole thing is you want it to be nice and smooth. So you got to make sure that it's cooked. So what I'm going to do is once it comes to almost a boil, I'm going to add the sugar and the gelatin. That's going to drop the temperature.
Right.
And then I'm going to bring it back up to the right consistency, and I'm going to pour that into this bowl and fold in the rest of that gelatin into this very warm, and it's going to drop the temperature. If I have it at medium, I'm in no rush. That's, you know. And you can see it starting to heat up. You can see steam coming.
Yeah.
There's like the first bubble right there.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I say, once I add the sugar and the gelatin, it's going to drop the temperature, and I got to bring it back up. That's probably the most critical part of the filling is getting this gelatin dissolved. You can put this in this metal, it's going to make it cool. And then that is cold.
Right.
So it's going to drop the temperature. So with the heat, it's going to break down the gelatin. It's dissolving it. So I've added the sugar and the gelatin. And right now it's warm. It's not hot, but it's warm. I got to make sure the gelatin is dissolved. Because if it's not dissolved, and you put that in there, you're in trouble. You know, you do it enough times, it becomes easy. You see how it's starting to bubble? It's puffing. It's almost ready. They're right there. There it comes. There you saw it bubble. So I'm going to take it off the heat because it's hot. Make sure it's all dissolved. Stir into the touch. It's hot, but it's not. You see how the gelatin is dissolved. If there was any gelatin, you'd see lumps. And if you had lumps, and you get real bad shape, you could run it through a sieve. And you can touch the bottom of the pan. It's hot. Now if you put, I'm going to lower the temperature by adding this. So the next step is pretty darn fast because we've got the whipped cream already made. We need to drop the temperature, and then once we do this, we'll see if it's still warm.
You want it like room temperature at least?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, you saw how hot it was, huh?
Yeah.
So actually, by adding this, you're tempering the gelatin and the hot mix. I'm going to check the temperature with the back of my finger. Because that way you can, if you use this part, it's tough, so you can't really tell. So you can tell with the back of your finger, it's warm. But in fact, it's warm. It's not hot, it's dropped tremendously. So, obviously not room temperature, but
Yeah.
that's critical. You have to have this gelatin dissolved, and by doing that, you're dropping the temperature. Now, if we're in a big rush, I could make an ice bath, and that would drop it real. That would drop it. This would temperature would drop, but you would have to constantly stir it and watch it till it's set up. And you don't want it set up. You just want it to be just the temperature drop. So this is a good stage right here. So.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah.
So I've got that whipped cream that's soft peak, that's cold, and it's going to drop the temperature of this. Now if I wanted it to get colder, if I made this colder and added the whipped cream, it's up real fast. But if you're doing it at home, I'm sure it's going to be. See how soft it is? If this was too hot and it would get real soft. Feel the temperature. Cold.
Very cold.
Feel the temperature, it's warm. Let's see how much it drops. And then I'm just going to pour it in there and stir it. Fold it in. You're folding it in. Basically, I filled half of the whipped cream, folded it in, and mixed it pretty thorough. And now the second half, and it's going to be done. You fold it lightly, not like when you make a chocolate mousse. You fold it lightly. Nothing. You don't want to break down the lightness of the dessert. It's all incorporated. The whipped cream is completely incorporated. Body temperature. That's what you want. And you see it setting up. Then we're going to put it back in the refrigerator and let it set up. So you can leave it out here and let it set, but kind of warm. But You see the consistency.
Yeah.
Can I taste it?
Yes. Wow.
It has that guava bang to
Yeah.
it because that's good puree. I mean, they have the one like the frozen.
Yes.
It's no comparison to this. I'm just gonna let that sit in there. Make a cake ahead of time so it's easier to work with because once that filling sits on there, it's cold and it's gonna set. So I baked this cake and I stuck it in the freezer. You can stick it in the freezer and the next day cut it. But as long as it's cold, it's gonna be easier to do. So I'm gonna show you how to cut the cake, even though I've cut it already. Because it's important. I mean, you don't want this top stuff. It's the sugars come up to the top. So now I'm going to remove that first. Serrated knife, and you use a sawing motion. And as you watch me cut, this knife is not going to go over here, over there. It's going to stay there. So what I'm going to do is turn the cake and keep the knife in that same position. This is rubbish. And you can do all kinds of stuff with this. You can make rum balls. You can use it for garnish. Oh, you got the top layer. Now you got basically the cake that you need to fill. And I'm going to cut it into two thirds. Same thing. The knife hasn't moved. I'm sawing and turning. Sawing and turning. And then the last layer. Sawing and turning, sawing and turning. So you have 3 layers. Now, here's a little secret, I guess. When you put the cake together, you want it upside down. So it's nice and flat. Keep it neat. That's the secret. So I've got the cake. It's cold. It's part of making this cake set up correctly. Now there's some things you can do with this. For the wedding cake we use guava chili. Some chefs like to make a simple syrup, sugar and water, add liquor to that mixture, and then brush it on, and it absorbs. But with this jelly, it's going to bring out the flavor of the cake more. It's going to, you know what the filling tastes like already. And this is, again, this is made with sugar and pepper.
But you might have to sip it first, or go ahead and pour it.
Thank you.
Oh God, I love it, I love it. It was so,
You can see it is set up. Like I can fold it and it's still, it's good. There's another way of filling this cake. You can take icing and you can put a border around it and set the icing in there. This is just going to give this cake more flavor. It's setting up, so make a little more jelly. And because the cake is cold, the filling is dropped in temperature, it's easy to work with. And the last topping. Push down. Okay. This little turntable. There's all kinds of ways you can finish this. I mean, for the wedding cake, it was something new for me to see a cake not decorated traditionally on the side, just with some icing here and there. That was very, well, that's a change of the times. Things change. So it's set up so I can work with it easy. And for the, I mean, just for this cake, I'm gonna cover it like this. I've set it back for that. If you want, you could put whipped cream on the side. And that's it. I mean, that's real rough. I can go back and put rosettes and decorate it. You can see there's a little gelatin here, but for our purposes, that'll taste good. Let me move it here.
made it like I could make 2 today, so thank you.
That frothiness.
You got room for you're in trouble because it's gonna have that burnt taste, and you can't get it out. I mean, you could add more sugar, but you're still gonna have that burnt taste. Yeah, I was thinking about trying to get the leaf gelatin. That is like, this is why you make pies and stuff. But the advance in the technology of the gelatin, you just throw those sheets in water and you can pick it up like wet noodles.
Oh my gosh.
And then throw it in that, and it dissolves like that. Shocked Pepin would always use his hands. That's how he learned how to cook, by touching it, tasting it. I mean, nowadays everybody uses a spoon, but back then it was all by feel. No recipes whatsoever. You had to watch the guy cooking it and learn from him.
Wow. Wow.
Water
I
everywhere.
heard about Sunday.
Oh yeah?
Oh my gosh.
We heard about Morgan and the wasp.
Because the cake is